Before we get to our other stories, we want to remind you police in Saco are searching for this girl. She's 17 years old. Her name is Mackenzie Samaglia. She was last seen in Portland on Saturday. She is described as being 5'1" with blonde hair and blue eyes. If you have seen her or know where she might be, you are asked to call the Saco Police Department.
A couple from New Jersey is filing a wrongful death lawsuit 2 years after their 6-year-old daughter died while on vacation in Maine. According to the complaint, Lucy Morgan was watching her siblings play badminton at a lake house in Limerick in June of 2024. The complaint says that the handle of one of the rackets suddenly separated from the frame holding the net, and the sharp end hit Lucy in the head. She died at a hospital 4 days later. The lawsuit was filed against the racket's manufacturer, Franklin Sports, based in Massachusetts. The family's lawyers claim that the racket was defective and that the company did not warn customers about the risk of it separating. Now, we reached out to Franklin Sports for comment and have not yet heard back.
An update now to a story we told you about last week. A woman who was shot in Whitefield, New Hampshire has died from her injuries. The New Hampshire Attorney General's office says Amy Blake died from a gunshot wound to the head. Her death has been ruled a homicide. Investigators say her adult son, Eric Blake Jr., shot her and 2 other family members at a home in the Hilltop Manor trailer park. Authorities say he then shot and killed himself. One of the other victims, Blake Jr.'s brother, is in critical condition. Police say the father was not as seriously hurt as the others.
And a man from Guilford is now facing charges for murder and aggravated assault after an incident that police say left a man dead and a woman in critical condition. It happened on Sunday on Pine Street in Guilford. Police say Ryan Carlton killed Brent Dorr and assaulted another woman with what is described in court documents as a, quote, dangerous weapon. MSAD 4 confirmed that a school staff member was involved in Sunday's incident. Superintendent Kelly McFadden says that the district is offering counseling services for those who need it. Now, court records show Carlton has a lengthy criminal history. He was convicted in 2021 on animal cruelty charges for beating his father's cat to death with a frying pan. Last year, he was ordered to serve 25 days in jail for assaulting a police officer in Dover Foxcroft, and he is still on probation for that incident and now being held without bail. He's expected back in court next month. The wife of a man shot by an Oxford County Sheriff's deputy in Brownfield on Monday is disputing the details that were shared by law enforcement.
She claims her husband was having a mental health crisis and needed specialized care. News Center Maine's Christian Harsa has the story.
I felt more terrorized and violated by law enforcement than the incident of the day with my husband. And that's a sad fact.
Heather Junkin's husband, Eric Junkins, was shot by an Oxford County Sheriff's deputy on Monday after he reportedly pointed a gun towards law enforcement. Heather says that's not the full story.
He was definitely having a mental health issue, and that I wanted my husband to go and get mental health help.
Before police arrived, Heather says she and Eric were having a disagreement, during which he pointed a BB gun towards her and fired.
Me, it hit the ground, not even close to me. Like I said, I wasn't scared. I didn't take it as a threat. I took it as leave me alone.
Afterwards, she says he threw a 9mm handgun in her direction, which she says also wasn't threatening. During that time, she was on the phone with her brothers, and one of them called the police. According to the Oxford County Sheriff's Office, they were called to the scene over a domestic dispute. When police arrived, Heather says she told an Oxford County Sheriff's deputy her husband had previously said he wanted to die of suicide by cop, and he needed a mental health specialist.
He said that is something that that they can't do.
Maine State Police says while troopers were on scene, the state was not asked for additional crisis resources. According to the sheriff's office, a deputy shot Eric in the hands when he raised the gun towards police. At that time, Heather was down the road away from the scene.
They did not communicate with him to put a firearm down. I was within earshot. They didn't do anything to try and communicate with him.
A judicial warrant shows a BB gun was involved in the shooting. Eric was taken to Mass General for treatment. Because of the domestic violence terrorizing charges against him, Heather says she has not been able to speak with her husband or learn his condition.
That's not right.
As is standard procedure, the deputy involved has been put on leave while the Attorney General's office investigates. In Brownfield, Christian Harsa, News Center, Maine.
We did reach out to the Oxford County Sheriff's Office, which did not respond, and the Attorney General's office, which said it did not have any additional information to provide at this time.
Law enforcement in Cumberland County are warning about a scam involving jury duty. According to the sheriff's office, a person identifying themselves as a lieutenant has been calling people and telling them they either missed jury duty or they need to report the sheriff's office or report for jury duty, The sheriff's office says that law enforcement officers have no involvement with jury service. So if you do receive a call or text from someone making this claim, they say that you should just hang up. If you have questions, you're encouraged to reach out to local law enforcement.
Officials with the town of Freeport say rabies have been detected in a raccoon. Officials say they were notified by the Maine CDC. As of August 18th, there are 31 active cases. They're reminding people to never touch a wild animal and to make sure your own pets are up to date on their vaccinations. They also say the most commonly infected animals are raccoons, skunks, foxes, and bats.